Hey, good morning. Welcome to God's Grocery Store. We're going to show you 3 or 4 different ways to dry out your herbs. In this case, we're going to just harvest a little bit of rosemary. We just did the oregano. We're going to show you that. Pick this. Beautiful stuff. One of my favorites for soups and stuffing chickens and so forth. And I'm going to tie that up, bring it inside, and I'll show you how we dry it out. You can hang dry it. If you don't have a whole lot, that's probably the easiest thing to do. So the second way of drying your herbs or peppers or spices or whatever you're growing is just to get a basic dehydrator. You put them in, plug it in, leave it alone. You know, if you're doing a small amount, that's a good route to go. They only cost maybe 30 bucks, not hard at all. How long would it take to dehydrate? Maybe a day, maybe 24 hours max, and it'll be dried out. Once it's dehydrated, it'll last, I would say, years, 2-3 years would be no problem whatsoever. Just got to put it in some kind of a sealed container, like a mason jar or whatever you like to use. All types of herbs, all types of spices, peppers. Oh, these are the Thai peppers that we're going to show you how to dry them out and to preserve them. If you don't preserve them, you know, you only have a brief season, so we're going to show you how to do that. So I love hot pepper on everything, except maybe a glass of water. And so I dehydrated these Thai peppers. A lot of people use them on pizzas or, you know, stir-fried dishes, you know, what have you. But they're wonderful. I had that whole bag full, and these were the same Thai peppers that we were just looking at out in the gardens. The ones out there were green. If you give them like 3 more weeks, they'll be red. You can dehydrate them when they're green or red, but I prefer to wait till they're the red color, they're a little bit hotter and a little bit more ready to dry out. So I'm excited to have just harvested 30 pounds of oregano from the herb garden. A lot of people use them for medicine, teas, things like that. I simply use it for my steaks and soups. First step is to put the fan on it, get the basic moisture out, then we'll hang it up. Go from there. Finished product should be done in about 2 weeks. Okay, so we showed you the fan drying out the oregano. That is the 4th way you can dry out your herbs. It's nothing to it. The reason I put the newspaper on it is just to keep it from getting dusty. But basically, it's completely dried out. I haven't even tried to rub on it yet. It's already the good product. You can make it finer, like putting it in a coffee grinder if you want to. But the big thing is you don't want to have any stem. You just pull these, once it's dry, it'll just pull right off. And then you can just put it in whatever scrambled eggs or whatever you are trying to use it for, whatever cooking you're using it for. So, I mean, you can get 20 pounds of it dried out really quick with the fan. If you got that much, you don't want to use a dehydrator or hang it, it's just too much. The key to all of these methods is to make it 100% dry, because that's the whole thing. The moisture that's in the stem will mold the plant, mold the herbs or the peppers. 100% dry. Once it's dry, it can last for years. It's the same thing you get at the grocery store, except this is God's grocery store. All right, hopefully you learned something about 3 or 4 different methods of drying the herbs and peppers and so forth. I would love to learn something from you too. Please comment below and give me your ideas, and also like and subscribe if you don't mind. God bless you. Life is good.